Welcome to Presentation, Ponder, Practice. The word crown is used metaphorically in the scriptures to present rule or royalty. In Nahum chapter 3 verse 17, the term crown in the King James Version stands for someone who keeps watch over something or someone. Crown is metaphorical for glory and honor for people, Job 19:9 and Psalm 8 verse 5, and entire nations, Ezekiel 16 verse 12, for joy, Ezekiel 23 verse 42, for pride, Job 31:36, and Isaiah 28 verse 3. The word crown has also been used figuratively in reference to the old man's gray head in Proverbs 16 verse 31, a man's virtuous wife, Proverbs 12 verse 4, and God's blessings on mankind, Psalm 8 verse 5. In the revelation John received, crowns or diadems are both realistic and figurative. The 24 elders were wearing gold crowns as they sat around God's throne in Revelation 4 verse 4. As they worship, they will cast their crowns before the throne, Revelation 4 and verse 10, saying, "Worthy are you, our Lord and our God, to receive glory and honor and power, for you created all things, and because of your will they existed and were created." The locust in chapter 9 and verse 7 had the victor's crown. The woman likewise in chapter 12 and verse 1 with a crown of 12 stars. Also the conquering Christ in chapter 6 and verse 2. The seven-headed dragon, which appears in chapter 12, was wearing a crown or diadem on each head in verse 3. Then there was the beast which came up out of the sea, which had 10 horns with a diadem on each, Revelation chapter 13 and verse 1. The one opposing all of the evil forces was the Son of Man wearing a crown, Revelation 14 verse 14. The crown has been used again to symbolize power, either for good or evil, and the wearer determines its use. Using all God-given things here upon the earth for good will draw one closer to receiving a victor's crown at the end of life. So be obedient to God, and you will find yourself on the winning side and the recipient of the crown of life, Revelation 2 and verse 10. May God bless you in pondering and practicing these things.